3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so I'm just connecting here to Ruslan's machine, and the partner uses a newer version. Seriously. Wow. I think it's all a bad dream going on. I'm just gonna wake up right now. This all happened in the class. Okay. So it's updating my team viewer, and we're gonna continue from where we were. Resuming now guys, so well, I'm starting to record the video, and I'm connecting to Ruslan's machine. Thank you for that. And we were here installing Windows 8. So the previous video which I'm going to post will show you how to install Windows 8 and attach ISO. And in this we're just continuing. We are installing this Windows 8 machine inside Hyper-V, inside the VM03 here, right? So, and it is a generation 2 machine that we selected with the 2 GB RAM, and we're about to. So guys, PC name here would be your name, your first name, VM01, just like you've given the machine name there, your first name 01, you can give the PC name there as well, your first name 01. So I'll just make it bigger here. Okay, so if that is given, let's go ahead and I'll just make this screen bigger here and click next. So I'll just go in down here and click next. So if you see this screen, go for Use Express Settings. So it will go for checking your internet connection, but we don't need internet connection in this machine. What we do need is that this machine must get an IP from DHCP, and DHCP is living in your machine number 1, right? So from that machine till here, it should get through a virtual switch the IP address. So there's a create a local account coming, right? It's in front of you, right? Create a local account. So click that create a local account, and then just give your first name admin, your first name admin, your first name admin, and the class password small abc, capital ABC, shift123. Both. Yeah, sure. Okay, so it's hands free now. Okay. And yeah, and you have to give some hint, otherwise. In the hint, just put the whole password anyway. Just kidding. So anyway, no, here we can just type hint as a hint, right? Anyway, just put some password or class password, whatever password you're following, but make sure that your first name admin is there. I hope nobody clicked the finish, because I didn't ask to click finish. You already clicked finish?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, it's too late then. Click finish. Hey, you tricked me. So, I'll grab you later. So that will be 20 more screenshots. Okay, anyway, so what we need to check here is we're going to open the command prompt, and after this is done, we're going to open the command prompt. We're going to give 2 commands there. In fact, 3 commands. One is hostname, second is who am I, third is ipconfig. So 3 commands, and then we're going to just take 1 screenshot of the 3 commands in the command prompt once you're done with that. So whenever, okay, maybe it's, okay. So just open the command prompt now. Whenever you're there, command prompt admin, this one. Right click on the Windows and command prompt admin. And once you click that, so 3 commands are, first of all, the host name command, host name, and that is your first name coming, host name command, HOSTNAME, HOSTNAME, host name command here, host name, and second is who am I, and that also gives you're logged in from this. So host name is the same, your first name VM01, and who am I also is your local administrator name, which is your first name. Well, it's not very clear, but if you put the hostname command, your first name should be coming here. If you put the whoami command, your first name admin should be coming here, right? It works. The third one is the one that we're testing. Is our networking okay? So ipconfig. So you should be getting 50, 192.168.200.50. Now take that screenshot where all three commands are showing. The results of the three commands are showing there. So take a screenshot there where hostname, whoami, and ipconfig are showing the results clearly. And this means that our networking from the server 1 towards server 3, and then it goes to the virtual switch, and then from virtual switch it connects to this virtual machine, right? So that's the main networking here. Now if you have taken a screenshot, everyone taken a screenshot here? So also, although it's gonna work now, but ping from here, ping space 192.168.200.1, which is your server 1 IP. So ping space 192.168.200.1. Oops, what am I doing? Okay. So 190. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Okay. Yeah. 192.168.200.1 and minus T, right? Minus T is for continuous ping. So ping space 192.168.200.1 minus T, press enter. So yeah, it should be good, right? Minus T is for continuous. Oh yeah, you're from the network side, right? So you would know that. Did you? Okay, I know you don't. Yeah, that's basics. Okay, anyway, so it's ping fine. So your communication between the virtual machine inside Hyper-V and outside of Hyper-V, your server 1, server 2, server 3 should all be in communication, right? So this is because of the correct virtual switch configuration that you've done inside. So we can just finish this by pressing what? Control C, yeah. So Control C and just stop it, right? So that's okay. No screenshot here. So we're good with the virtual machine. We needed a virtual machine with an operating system. We have that one now, right? So we can simply, if you click the close here, this red button, so the machine will still be started, but this window will be gone only, right? So the machine will still be started if you click the close button here, right? So go ahead and click close. Control C. And then just click that window, but in the background you can see that it's still running, right? So whenever you want to see it again, right click and connect, but right now we have just closed it. We don't want to see what's going on inside now, right? So let's go towards the network side of it, which is that we're going to be creating virtual switches now inside. So here, but this is, the machine is still running in the background. Is it running for everyone? So select this. And right now in my case it is using 990 MB here and running, and it's the machine name. So once the machine is created and it is running, now take a screenshot here. We already actually installed operating system here as well, but take a screenshot, that will be your 6th screenshot. Take a screenshot. Okay, so, oh, 7, okay. So that screenshot taken here. Now, before we start talking about, before we start creating the switches, you need to know that there are 3 types of switches there that have different purposes there, and those 3 types of switches are external switch, and then internal switch, and private switch. So what do they all do? So if I just keep going down, yeah, there you go. So external switch here lets VMs connect to each other and to the outside world, right? So the external switch is the one because of which we are creating communication with the virtual machine, with the server 1. So if I just create a diagram here, or actually that diagram was there and I restarted, seriously. Okay, so MS Paint. that diagram here, so we have 4 machines here, and our virtual machine is sitting inside a hypervisor right now. So how is the communication being made? So suppose that this is a network card here, right? Network card here, network card here, and network card here. So and I'll just put here NIC, network interface card, NIC. So what happens is, this is the hypervisor. These two are the hypervisors right now. So machine 3, 03 and 04 are the hypervisors. So inside the hypervisor you have a virtual machine created here, and that virtual machine is somehow communicating with a DHCP that is sitting here. Right? So DHCP is sitting here. Virtual machine is inside the 03. So how is it communicating? You have created, when you were installing hypervisor, you had created one virtual switch. So suppose this is the virtual switch here. So this is Hyper-V external. This is called external, but it's not. It's a virtual switch. It's inside the hypervisor. It is called external virtual switch. Virtual switch, right? So this external virtual switch, when we create a virtual machine, so we connected the virtual machine with this external virtual switch. When we were installing hypervisor, remember that you selected the Ethernet 0 there. So that Ethernet 0, when you connected, this means that the virtual switch that the hypervisor was about to create is supposed to be connected to that Ethernet 0 physical network card here. So the virtual machine is connected to an external virtual switch which is already created, and that external virtual switch is in turn connected to the physical network card of the server 3, and from there it is communicating with the machine 1 here, and from there it is communicating to the DHCP here. So that's how we got the IP from DHCP thanks to the external virtual switch here, right? So that's one thing here. Now what we can do is, how many other types of switches there, right? So there is external virtual switch, there is internal virtual switch, and there is private virtual switch here. So if we go back to this writing here, external virtual switch does what? It is letting the virtual machines talk to the outside world, to each other, and obviously to the outside world. So the external switch can only be connected to one physical NIC, right? External switch can be only connected to one physical NIC at the same time. So we're going to be creating 2 external switches now, and then of course we're going to check that how do we do that. So then there's a other type is internal virtual switch, and that switch lets VMs connect to each other and to the VMs to the host. So the internal virtual switch cannot let virtual machine talk to the outside world. Internal virtual switch cannot let the virtual machines talk to the outside world. Outside the hypervisor they cannot communicate. So an internal virtual switch, VMs talk to each other and to the host. You know what is the host here? Host is a hypervisor 03. Hypervisor 03, the Windows Server 2012 is the host, right? So virtual machines talk to each other and to the host. That's what internal virtual switch does. What about the private virtual switch? So the private virtual switch only lets VMs connect to each other. That's it. The private virtual switch lets VM only talk to each other, not even to the host, and obviously not to the outside world. So private virtual switches are created for test environments where you can just mess up the machines and its effects will not be propagated to any other virtual machines because you have connected them to the private virtual switch, right? So internal virtual switch, yes, you want to copy anything from the host to the virtual machine, so you connect them to internal virtual switch or external virtual switch. So an external virtual switch, we already talked about it, that virtual machines actually connect to the internet, to the outside world, just because of external virtual switch. So now we understand that there are 3 types of virtual switches there. Let's go ahead and create the other 2 types one by one and check what is that they offer. once we create them. So we have already talked about the purpose there. So let's just create the other two types of switches. So I'm just gonna go back to the Hyper-V manager. Let's go to the server 3 again. And inside server 3 here, you can right click on your Hyper-V manager like this. And this time we can go here, the virtual switch manager, right? So I hope everyone's there. So let's click the virtual switch manager. Once we click that, you can see here that there's a new virtual switch that if we wanted to create the virtual switch, it is already selected there, and the three types of switches that we just talked about can be created here. But before that, you can see this Intel R82574L gigabit network. So if you select this one, this is already created. And anyone can tell me what type of switch is this? Is it internal, private, or external?
It's external.
It is an external switch, exactly. So it shows here that this is an external switch that was created when you were installing hypervisor for the first time. So one external switch gets created automatically. But we're going to be creating new switches here. So I'm just going to click the new virtual network switch here, and then we can click the internal because we already have a external created. So we're going to click the internal and then create virtual switch. So once we click the create virtual switch, so we can actually go for your first name internal vSwitch. So your first name internal vSwitch. Your first name internal vSwitch. Well, that's pretty small. Your first name internal vSwitch, right? So if this is created, this is an internal switch, so you can see that it is already not connected to any network card. So this means virtual machines just talk to each other, that's all, and to the host. So internal virtual switch, and you can create a VLAN for that. So suppose there are two internal switches. One internal switch is on VLAN ID 2, second internal switch is on VLAN ID 3. So internal switch with VLAN ID 2 machines cannot talk to internal switch VLAN ID 3. We understand that. What is VLAN? Of course, you understand that. So this here is internal switch, and click apply. So all we did was just give a name here, right? Apply and OK. All we did was we just give a name. Oh, since you reminded me of the screenshot here, I was not planning to have a screenshot, but thank you for that. So grab him after the class. Okay, just kidding. So no screenshot here, guys. I'm going to ask you where to take a screenshot, but thanks for reminding. So once we click apply, do not click OK. Okay. So then let's click up here to new virtual network switch again and click the private. Click the private and create virtual switch again. So click the private and create virtual switch, and again, of course, your first name private vSwitch. So your first name private vSwitch, just like the naming convention we used before. So your first name private vSwitch, and also now this time we also see that, of course, it's the same like internal, that it cannot connect to a physical network card, and it also cannot have a VLAN ID. So private switch is definitely used for test networks. So you've created a private switch here and click apply. So now on the left side you can see that there's internal virtual switch, there's a private virtual switch. So why don't we just rename that external virtual switch according to the naming convention we are using here. So I'm just going to click on that Intel R82574L, and on the right side you can see the name here, right? So instead of that name, just select the whole thing here like this, and again your first name external vSwitch. So we can have the clear naming convention here. So your first name external vSwitch. Go ahead and click apply. You can also see that this one is the only one that connects to an external network card. So click apply. Now we see here that there are 3 virtual switches here: external, internal, private. Now you need to take, you know what? The screenshot. Yay! Oh, okay. I'll try to have a surprise, but yeah. Okay, so if the screenshot has been taken for all 3 switches there, so where do we go in virtual machine and change those switches, right? So suppose we have to change those switches. How do we do that? So I'm just gonna press OK here. So that's it, right? Go ahead and press OK. So now suppose you are I ask you change this machine, the only machine we have, change its virtual switch from external to internal. So this is a task. You have 2 minutes. Okay, 2.5. Okay, 3. So, and within that, figure it out. Right click in settings. I'll just show you here. After that, I'm going to show you myself. So right click in settings. Just go here and try to check where exactly you can go and change the switch from external, which is already connected to this virtual machine, or this virtual machine is connected to that. Change external to internal. You did it already? Hey, I haven't even explained the task. Okay. That's good. Well, if it doesn't include marks, yes. So, is it done for everyone?
Which one do you want?
Internal. So select the internal switch and then take a screenshot. So those who haven't, dun, 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 you guys in trouble. Well, you can help each other. So the hint is, just go to the network in the settings, and you should be able to see that.
Do you want us to change it or
Internal. Yeah, change it to internal. Once it is internal, take a screenshot. Okay, that was easy one. Wait till the next task comes.
So we're saving it when we're done that? We're applying it, is that what we're doing?
Yes, go ahead and apply that, guys. Go ahead and apply. But I hope you have taken a screenshot. So take a screenshot of that one where you've changed it to internal. Take a screenshot, right? So I'm just going to do that now since everyone is done. Everyone's done, right? Okay. So settings. Here, network adapter, and it's easy, right? So external, just change it to internal. But once I change it to internal and click apply, what am I not getting now? Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna go for screenshot.
You're not getting any DHCP.
Good. Screenshot, right. No longer proud now. Come on. So if it is internal, we're no longer connected to our server 1 DHCP, right? So that's not good. So that's not good. So anyway, let's just connect it back. I just wanted you to have a task, that's all. So just put it back there external because we need it to stay connected to the DHCP and apply again. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead. Now the scenario here is that we're going to create a data flow and that data flow is all about, so apply OK, just put it back to external, apply OK, that's it, right? So now there's that data flow that we need to create, and what's the purpose of that data flow? I'm just going to explain that quickly because then another task 2 is coming which could be a little more trickier than the last one. So let's everyone pay. Are we all paying? Attention, right? Okay, you already paid, right? Attention. Okay, so here, that's the data flow. So let me copy it outside here, and we need to exactly create that, we need to achieve that data flow. Now what's going on here? So see, this is the diagram, And once you see it, you understand it right away. That's it. So let's go ahead. Just kidding. Okay. So what's happening here? We have what we have already did here. What we have already done here is internal switch has been created already. Private switch has been created already. What was not created here is the second external switch. Now, what is the purpose of this diagram? We're going to be creating a second virtual machine, right? So the scenario is that there are two virtual machines living in one hypervisor, but they must not be able to communicate with each other at all. So create their data flow in the network in such a way that first virtual machine should be connected to first external virtual switch. That should be connected to the first external physical network card. Second virtual machine should be connected to the second external virtual switch, should be connected to an external physical network card. And there should be no way within the hypervisor that they could ping. If the external switches are separate, connected to a separate physical network card, they can't ping each other, right? They cannot communicate. We are also assuming that outside there is a physical switch here that is here, and there is a physical switch here that is totally separate network. And suppose this traffic is going to the New York branch from the router, and this traffic suppose is going to Toronto branch, right? So Tor, right? So New York branch. So they are totally different traffic here. First, we need to achieve that. Phase one is that achieve this. So we're going to create a new virtual machine. We don't need an operating system inside this time. We're just going to create an empty virtual machine here, and we're going to connect that second virtual machine to the second external switch, which in turn is connected to a second physical network adapter. We understand the scenario first of all? Easy, right? You must have gone through these kind of scenarios, bigger ones in Cisco or networks. You're the network guys, right? Network people, network experts. So this is so if I just create that path here with red, so this is what we need to create. We need to create this one as well, and we need to create this one. So new virtual machine we need to create, new external card we need to create, and new physical adapter we need to create. The rule of thumb here is one external switch cannot connect to two physical network cards. Cannot, right? In this scenario, well, in any scenario if it's a virtual switch, external virtual switch. So when you go for a second external virtual switch, it has to connect to a separate physical network card. Always remember that, right? So that's exactly what we're about to do now. So first of all, we achieve this separation of data flow. Then phase two is that, okay, temporarily these two machines should be able to ping each other, should be able to communicate with each other while maintaining their other data flow, while not disrupting their other data flow. What we're going to do is we're going to add one extra network card inside the virtual machine, each virtual machine, and also those second network cards will connect to the internal virtual switch that we already created. That will make them communicate with each other as well. As soon as we remove this connection, they will again be separately connected through external switches to their separate destinations. Do we understand that? So first phase, create a separate data flow. Second phase, temporarily connect them, make them communicate with each other. So at the same time they are having a separate data flow, at the same time they also are in communication with each other at the same time, right? Both can be achieved in the virtual networking, and of course maybe in the external networking as well, but here both can be achieved. You just add second network card connected to the internal switch, they will be able to communicate as long as the second network cards, through second network card they are connected to internal switch, they will be able to communicate with each other. So if we understand this scenario, are there any questions? I asked that because I needed a sip here. No, just I'm actually generally asking a question, yeah. So that's a very good question. Anyone else? No, nobody asked anything. Okay, so let's just go ahead. So phase one, let's just go for, so we're going to create a new virtual machine now. Let's do that first. Then we're going to create a second external switch. So there I'm just going to, ask you a question at that time. So let's go back. So I'm just connecting to the machine here. So now we're back to our Hyper-V manager here in machine 3. So right click here, click new and go to virtual machine again. Everyone there? So once you start creating the virtual machine, of course, that would be your next name. So your first name, VM02, obviously. So new virtual machine, click next. And your first name, VM02. So once that is done, take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot. So once the screenshot has been taken, click next. Gen 2 is okay. It's going to be an empty machine. We're not going to put in operating system here. We just want some virtual machine to be there to follow that diagram. I just want to show you all the network components. How do we connect each other within virtual environment? So Gen 2 here, click next. And yeah, we could just keep it 512 and use dynamic if it needs more. It's never going to need more because there is no operating system inside. So I'm just clicking use dynamic memory here and keeping it to 512 MB. At least it should be able to start for us. That's all. Next, nothing here. So now, right now, it is supposed to connect to the second external switch, which is not there yet. So since we don't have it, so we're going to keep it not connected. Right? So click next. And yes, it's the VHDX is a virtual disk of virtual machine. So click next. And we don't need the operating system now. So install an operating system later is okay. Next. Everyone's on the summary page. Take a screenshot of the summary page. Take a screenshot of the summary page. So if you have taken a screenshot of the summary page, then click finish. So now we have a second virtual machine here. And yeah, right click and just start it. We don't need to connect to it. Just go ahead and right click and start. So now they both should be showing running here, which is okay. But now what we need to do is create a second external switch. Right click here on this Hyper-V manager and go to virtual switch manager. So once you go to the virtual switch manager, again we see the same wizard here where we could create switches. So we are on the right track here. New virtual switch is already selected, external is already selected for everyone, right? So click create virtual switch. So once we create virtual switch here, are we going correctly here or are we missing something here? Are we missing a step here?
Number 2. External virtual switch 2.
Yes, we're going to give a name here, but anyone notices that maybe there's something else that need to be done, or are we just, you know, this is the next logical step according to the discussion we did and according to the diagram I showed you. Maybe there is some error that is about to come here because of what we didn't do before we came here. Anything like that? Is it going fine right now? Do you think there is something missing here?
Go back to that diagram.
Uh-oh, now you're gonna get it. Okay, let's see. But yes, there's something. I've asked that question, so obviously maybe something is missing here. Oh, let me just make it zoom out. So can you tell me if we are going correct or is there something missing? Like we are going for that red line. So tick tock, okay, time up. Let's go ahead. So no, we never did that before, so it's okay. I don't expect that anyone would pop up and say, oh, okay, this is what you're missing. So I want you to see the error first, right? So then it will be, you know, very clear that, oh yes, we are not supposed to do this. So let's do what we're not supposed to do now. Oh, okay. So if we go ahead, so let's just put that name there, which is your first name, vSwitch 2. Right? External vSwitch 2. What should we do now after that? Normally, what do we do? So, shall we just go ahead?
Oh, you're not supposed to share the network adapter, so we have to unclick it.
Good. We're not supposed, we just have one network card, which is already attached to the first external switch here. We can't just click apply, but since we are here now, I'm just going to go ahead and click apply and press yes. And then it's just going to pop up like this, that, hey, what are you doing? Is already bound to the Microsoft Virtual Switch Protocol. That's a message saying that this network card is already attached to the first external switch. So exactly, we can't go ahead and do that, but I'll just save that name, Control C. And first, what we need to do? First, we need to do? Okay, you identified the mistake already. That we can attach it to that network card. So what do? So add a second network adapter. So cancel here. And on machine 3, in a production environment in the company, it will be a physical server, right? So here, it is just a virtual server, but there you would just go down to the data center, you would take a downtime first, and then do it on the weekend, shut down the server, and you would have bought a network card there, put out the cover on an HP or IBM server, put a second network card there, put it back there, power on, and check if the network card drivers are installed. Then you would do this, the external switch. So what we are doing here is just in virtual environment we're doing that. So here, right click and let's add a second network card now. So settings here, right click and settings, and here, so I see one network card, of course, so let's just add second network card. Again, it's just similar, VMnet 15 on the same VLAN. So click down here, add this one, click the add button, select the network adapter, and click finito. Once you click finish, so click the second network adapter again. We need to keep it on the same VLAN, which is VMnet 15. So what do? We select it and go to custom. On the right side, custom, and drop down. There you go. 15 is there. Now click anywhere up and down. So you should be seeing two network adapters here. Click anywhere here. So you would see that other one would also detect. Take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot. Oh, that's good. We just have 2.5 hours to go, and then we're good. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we're at 15. If we have taken a screenshot here, press OK. So the second network card is being added. Now we will be able to just easily add the second external switch. So here, right click, so we know that network card is added there. So we're back to Hyper-V Manager. What we were doing, now we can just go ahead and do that. So right click here on Hyper-V Manager on machine 3 and go to Virtual Switch Manager again. Once you click the Virtual Switch Manager again, you're still at the same new Virtual Switch Network, and external is both selected for you. So all we need to do is create virtual switch. So click that create virtual switch here, and now, well, I copied that name, so I'm just going to paste that back now. Your first name, external vSwitch 2, and has to be connected to the second external network adapter. So if I drop down, there's the 2 written there, so that's the second network adapter, and that's how that error will not come now. So external switch and a new network card, always whenever you're using that. So rule of thumb, right? So that could be coming with a twist in a quiz that for each internal switch we need a separate network card. So of course it's a false. It's for external switch, not for internal switch, right? So the questions could be very tricky. So okay, but that was the easy one. I'll twist it twice. Okay, anyway, so here, once you're done, apply OK, right? So what we see here is that now there are two external switches, two external switches, one internal, one private. So total of 4 switches there and 2 network cards there. So click apply, press yes, and do not press OK. Or if you did, right click again, go to Virtual Switch Manager. You can go back, right? So it's not like too late or oh, I'm ahead of it now. Let's go right click and Virtual Switch Manager. Go back again. You should be seeing the left side. We need a screenshot of all 4 switches now. So just take a screenshot here where you can clearly see all the 4 switches. So take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here. So once you take a screenshot of all 4 switches there, and that was quite a beating. Okay, so yeah, so anyway, let's just once that is done, press OK. I hope you've taken a screenshot here. And guys, again, this rule is not a screenshot more, not a screenshot less, right? So it should not be lesser than anyone else's screenshot. So here the switches are connected. So as far as we are concerned about the diagram, the phase 1 should be considered complete, where this machine, well, it is not complete yet. This machine, first machine, we are considering as TorFS or Toronto File Server, we're assuming, and that machine is correctly right now connected to the first external switch, and that external switch is connected to the first network card. But is the second machine connected to the second external switch? So as far as the second external switch connected to the second network card, this is true. We have achieved that, right? But is the second machine connected to the second external switch or not? No? Here comes your task 2. That is the easiest of all. You got 1 minute, and just go ahead and attach this. Go to the second virtual machine, go to the settings, go to the network card, connect second external switch to that second machine. That should be given 30 seconds actually. Oh, okay, 20 seconds should have been given. Okay, 10 seconds. So, so just attach the second virtual machine to the second network card, second external network card, and take a screenshot. So once you connect the second virtual machine to the second external switch, take a screenshot. Done? Okay. So connect the second virtual machine to the second external switch and take a screenshot. Go. Second external switch and take a screenshot. Is it done by everyone? Okay, that was the easy one. Now the tricky one. That might need 2 to 5 minutes. Task 3. So task 2 was just connect this. Now if everyone is done and taken a screenshot, let's go ahead, right? Okay, so guys, we have each machine connected to their own external switches, right? So the phase 2, that's a challenge now. You have to add an extra network card in each virtual machine, and those second network cards on each virtual machine should only be connected to the internal switch that we already have. If you understand that, go ahead, start doing that.
First one, we need to create another
So yeah, go inside the virtual machine in the settings. Somehow you can just add a second network card there. Yeah.
For all 4 VMs.
Which virtual machine am I talking about here?
All for the internal VMs.
Yes, internal hypervisor VMs. So for the 2 hypervisor VMs, each hypervisor VM should have an extra network card that should be connected to internal switch. So there will be just 2 screenshots. One screenshot, each screenshot showing that the second network card of each VM is connected to an internal switch. screenshot of that the second internal card of one VM connected to internal switch, one screenshot. Then you go to the second VM, second network card of that VM is connected to internal switch, second screenshot. Let me know if there is a problem, but in 2 to 5 minutes I'll show you. But before that, take the challenge and you can ask the question again. So first VM, add a second network card.
Add a second network.
That's the first task. First VM, add a second network card. So there is already one network card here, right? So how to add the second network card? Oh yeah, question? So just add a second network card in the first VM, in this VM which is, so let me just show you.
So
Yep.
yeah, VM101,
Yes.
VM01.
So add a second network card in this VM and attach it to internal switch. Then add a second network card to this VM and attach it to a internal switch as well. So each VM one screenshot. So VM01's second network card connected to internal switch, one screenshot. VM02, its second network card connected to internal switch, second screenshot. You can ask me the question again.
Okay, so VM1 connected to the second internal switch. VM2, the same thing.
VM1 is connected to,
Internal switch.
but do you have the second network card?
The second network card is connected to internal.
Yes,
And on the second VM, same thing.
same thing. So please do ask me again and you can ask each other's help. So how to add the network card in a VM? That would be the first step. Second step would be very easy then. How to add the network card in the VM? Second network card in the VM.
Shut it down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody hear that?
Hey, you're helping everyone. That's okay. Yes, done? Whoa, okay. So one done.
And then act perfect. Okay.
See, that was so easy.
So add it.
So one screenshot for, the first machine, second network card connected to internal.
We're adding it to the external switch, or we're adding a new network adapter.
So add a new network adapter, attach it to internal switch. That's all. And same to the second machine. Add a new adapter, attach it to internal switch. So I'll just put that diagram back. So we're trying to do the second network adapter of each machine connected to one internal switch here. Please ask the question again.
Okay. Because I shut it down, but then it's saying that external switch, it's internal switch. Okay.
So I've made a circle of this area. So one network card of this machine, one network card of this machine is connected to this internal switch. And that is the, of course, second network card of each machine. Can't add. So power off the machine first. Power off the machine first. Then add the second network adapter, attach it to internal switch. So you're done?
Screenshot.
All right. So it's just involves two screenshots. One screenshot of the virtual machine, 1 second adapter connected to internal switch. The same for the second one. So how many are done?
I'm missing a step.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 are done.
14.
So tick tock, tick tock. Time is running out. Actually, nobody's losing marks for that. It's okay.
You didn't take any screenshots of mine, right? No.
So second network card attached to an internal switch, then take a screenshot for each virtual machine. Second network card of each virtual machine attached to an internal switch, take a screenshot of each. So now I'm gonna show guys. Come on, take the challenge. Stay inside. Keep working. Oh, okay, let's go ahead. So here, so how is it is done? So see this, your screenshots must be there guys, so that's why I will show now as well. So I'm just going for the first virtual machine here, and because it is running, I won't be able to do my task, so I'm just gonna shut it down first. Well, both virtual machines we can shut down or power off. The second virtual machine doesn't have an operating system or VMware tools, or not VMware, but so I'm just going to turn off the second virtual machine. Turn off the second virtual machine. So make sure that both machines are off. I'm going to go to the first virtual machine now, right click and go to settings. And it is already on add hardware, right? And there's a SCSI control, there's a network adapter. So then we click add. Once we click add, and it is added, so the only thing left to do is select the virtual switches here and go for internal. So if you have done this on this page, you need to take a screenshot now. So second adapter. Yep. So the first network, what's the question again, sorry?
So I already made the network adapter, I added it with the settings, and so, we didn't get there yet.
Okay. So this is the first network adapter is connected to external switch. Second network adapter is attached to an internal switch now, right? So I have attached this and take a screenshot on this screen. If apply OK. So that's one virtual machine done, right? So I'm just gonna go to the second virtual machine now. Do the same thing there. Settings. Add hardware is already there. Select the network adapter and add. And it is the second adapter now. And I'm just gonna attach it to the internal switch. But yes, you're right. Maybe you were saying that the second virtual machine's first network adapter. So in my case, I haven't attached that. So I'm just gonna attach it to the external switch. The first adapter of each machine is attached to external switch. Second adapter of each machine now is attached to internal switch, not private switch. Internal switch. So first adapter, external switch, they can communicate through that to outside world. Second adapter, they can communicate only with each other with the help of the two network cards connected to the same internal switch. Yep. How to get two network adapters here? This one? So we went here, add. You can't?
Well, are you on VM1 or VM2?
So right now on 2. See this?
Okay, that's on 1 too, but it only shows the 1 as well.
Oh, then is it turned off?
Yeah, they're both turned off.
Then add hardware, network adapter,
I can do that.
And when you click add, what happens? Now I have a third adapter here.
Oh.
Once you click add, it should just show up here on the left side. Right?
third not connected?
Well, I don't need third, but I'm just showing.
Well, because the external number 2 is attached to external switch 2. And then we added an external switch, right? An internal switch.
Yes.
That's what we did.
To the second network adapter, not the first network
Yeah,
adapter.
to the second.
Yeah, then it should be okay. Apply.
Cancel.
You're good, right?
Because I'm only adding 2, not 3.
Yes. Oh, I should not be adding 3 as well. I'll just click remove.
So it should just technically be the 2.
Yeah. So you should have the second adapter here,
Which should say,
and on the right side I selected internal.
okay, 1 second, sir. Come here, please.
Hmm?
Can you stand for 1 second, sir?
Sure.
So, what I am seeing here, this is VMware 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what initially, and that's, okay, good. So, you were, I was seeing,
One.
yeah, 2.
That's it.
Alright.
So you would have clicked here,
Yeah,
and you would have taken the screenshot over.
no, let me do that.
Yeah. Now this is the screenshot
Yeah.
for both virtual machines.
I did it
This
for the
is-
first one, so this
Oh,
is the
this
second.
is the second.
Yeah,
Alright. So we're good, right?
yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Okay. So everyone, okay. But what we need to do is that if the both machines had operating system there, they would have, we would have checked the pinging from the both machines. So I'm just gonna click apply and OK. So if I go back to the diagram here, this is how we can check the or play with the networking equipment there, and we can just add network adapters, virtual switches, attach, reattach the network cards to any kind of virtual switch we want according to the scenario we're given or we face there in the production environment. But you should know that you can create virtual switches there, and you can create as many network cards within the virtual machine in the hypervisor and on the hypervisor itself, physical NICs and also the virtual NICs. So these are the network components that we should know in a hypervisor, and we should be able to confidently add any one of those for any scenario that I'll be putting in future for you. Da-da-da. Okay. So if you understand the purposes of all those components, you will be able to configure them according to the scenario that I'll be throwing at you on midterm and final. Yay! Oh, okay. So let's go ahead, guys, because we still have 2.5 hours. So, and I said that half an hour ago as well. So, oh, just kidding. So,
Wishing on a star.
okay, so now we have the two machines, and the next task is a simple one. If it finishes in half an hour, bye-bye. If it finishes in 1 hour, good luck. So the task is simple: import, export, right? So how to export a machine and how to import. So how to export a machine from one hypervisor, copy that folder into the other hypervisor, and import it inside the other hypervisor. So export from one hypervisor, because there is no machine we created in machine 4, right? In the your first name 04 hypervisor, it is empty right now. So how about what we have done here is we already have a machine with operating system. So we're going to export that machine from server 3 hypervisor, and we're going to copy that folder in server 4. Then we're going to import it in the hypervisor of server 4. So in server 4, we don't have to create a new machine and install operating system. We're just going to export from it. Export creates a copy. Export does not move the machine. Export copies the machine, right? You know the difference? So the machine will still be here, and another copy of it will be exported that you can just, take it anywhere and import it anywhere else, right? So, but when we import it in somewhere in machine 4, in server 4, so now I'm just gonna put it on diagram here. So this machine here has an operating system, OS. So this machine we're just going to export to a local folder here. So export, and that will be an easy process. But then what you do is whatever machine folders you created there, you have to copy that inside the local C drive of your hypervisor 4, and from there what you do, you do the import. So import this locally copied VM files into hypervisor 04, which is your first name 04. So do we understand the scenario here? Yeah.
Which of the VMs are we doing?
The operating system one, the first one. So 01 we're going to be exporting, and then we still have to copy, because we export to the local folder, that's all we can do, right? Then we have to copy, yeah, we can just export it to the C drive. It's going to create a folder, and let's do it together. Actually, this is not a task, because there could be many mistakes if I give you a task. It's there are some things that we still need to understand while we're doing that. So first of all, do we understand the scenario? Export on one, export on the local folder drive of one, and then copy it and then import it on the other hypervisor. So let's go ahead and do that. So it could finish early in 15-20 minutes, then bye-bye, right? So let's go ahead. What we do here first, we are on machine 3, everyone. So click on the machine, make sure that the VM01 is off. So if it is off, right click here and you see this. So once you click export like this, so now we haven't created a folder already in C drive, but when we click browse and go to C drive, it's gonna let us create a folder as well from within that procedure as well. So let's click the browse button here, and you can see the folder structure here. Just expand this PC on the left side, and you can see the C drive. Once you click the C drive, go ahead and click the C drive. Now you can see this, that you can create a new folder. So just click the folder, your first name, exported VM. Your first name, exported VM, right? So and there's a button here, select folder. So first you give that your first name, exported VM, then go ahead and click the select folder. Once you click the select folder, it should look like this now. So take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot, take a screenshot. So once we have taken a screenshot here, then click the export. So it will create a new folder inside this path with exactly this name, your first name VM01. So if you've taken a screenshot, click export. And it's kind of done already. Well, no, is it? If I just go on the right side, see this? Status is this, exporting. So just drag it on the right side, and you should see that when it is finished. See, so simple. Just gonna take 1 more hour. No, I'm just kidding. So, but you know, if there's a free coffee here, then we can finish it even 1 hour earlier. Not. I'm just kidding. Oh, I was recording, that's why I have to say that. Not. But, oh, not again. Yeah, to that also. So, okay, status. Mine is done, guys. So, we need to just simply copy it from machine 3 to hypervisor 3 to hypervisor 4. So where is the machine first of all exported? It's in the local folder, local drive, right? So if we go to the yellow folder here in our hypervisor 3, go to this PC and C drive. So this is the folder that we created here, your first name, exported VM, right? So double click that, and this is the machine that you have exported. So we need to copy this folder structure to the hypervisor 4's C drive. Then we're going to do the import from there, right? So how do we do that? Let's go to the, it's not going to be simple copy paste. It's not going to work if you right click copy here, go to the C drive server 4 and paste. It's not going to paste that. So let's go to server 4 here. Let's go to the destination. Once you're inside the destination here, then right click on run, and what do we type? Backslash. What is the IP? 192.168.200.3. Is that the IP for that server? Backslash 3, and then $. What does that do? $. Yeah, so C drive is a hidden shared drive. By default, for administrative purpose, it is shared, right? So $C here. So 192.168.200.3 backslash $C. So once you put that and press OK, because this is the same administrator account there, same administrator account here, so it's gonna go directly inside the C drive of that server. So press OK. So there you go. It doesn't work. So shut down the firewall. Check the firewall now. So I'm just gonna go to Hypervisor 3 because it's not working for me. So I'm just gonna go to that server 3 here. I'll click the server manager to check if the firewall is on, and yes, it is on. The domain profile is on. It's blocking it on server 3, Hypervisor 3. So click the firewall, and yes, it is green. Let's make it red, right? Turn off the firewall. Yeah, see this? So you're on Hypervisor 3 local server, and then click on this Hypervisor 3 local server on server manager, and then click on this, and then simply turn Windows firewall on or off. Are we all there? And turn off. Let me know if you want me to repeat the steps.
I'm sorry, you said Windows Firewall, right?
Yeah. So it's this one. Windows firewall, and then click Windows firewall, this one, and click. It works? Okay, cool.
Wait, sir.
So are you on local server?
No, I can't get to local server.
Oh, server manager, see this? Down here, suitcase, and
Ah,
this one. So click that.
local server.
Local server, Windows firewall, and then turn Windows firewall on or off. And the first one is turn off.
And all of them off?
Others are already off, so press OK. And close. And refresh. Okay, once that is done, we can just go back to the server Hypervisor 4 here and try the same thing. So cancel that message and then press OK on the run again. Okay, we're good. So we see the C drive of that server, and there's our exported VM. So right click that VM, copy it from there, and go to on the left side this PC, which is the local Hypervisor 4 this PC, and go to the C drive here of Hypervisor 4 and then paste it here. Whenever it is done, then because it's 8 gigs, 8 GB, we're transferring over the network. So once it is done, then we start the import process. So everyone is copying?
Wait, so you're on number 4 now?
I'm on 4. I'm on 4. So I hope everyone was able to follow this process. Done? Okay. So guys, we're here. Done? Right? Oh, it's copying, right? So
Pause.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. So guys, 2 to 5 minutes.
Sure, it's done.
Okay, let's do the most important step now. Just kidding. Yeah. Is it done for everyone?
Yeah.
Every two as well?
It's a little slow, you know?
Little slow. All right.
It shuts out my THC.
Well, that's when you don't want to switch your hard drive. Oh, it's done. It looks like what's on?
Alright guys, if everyone is done, 22? Okay, 3 is good, yeah. What? That's slow. Alright, so that's good enough guys, let's go ahead. So really like it's slow or you're waiting for the comrade? Okay. So this is the end of our import process. Oh, just kidding. Okay.
Okay.
You know we're kidding. Okay, so this is the end of our import process here. Oh, it doesn't work on him. Yeah. So. Now it's done, right? All right. So we were waiting for the comrade. That's good. That's good friendship. Yeah. Okay. So here, guys, if it is done, let's go for Hyper-V and simply go for import. So tools and Hypervisor on. Hypervisor 4. I'm doing that now. Hypervisor 4. So Hyper-V Manager there. I'm on 4. And once you see that 4 here, so where is that import process? So if you right click here, there's the import virtual machine. So I hope everyone's there. Click that. Go ahead. So import virtual machine starts here with your server name clearly showing here. Take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot where your server name is showing. Hypervisor 4 is showing there, right? When you have opened the import virtual machine, Hypervisor 4 should be showing there. So if it is showing an import virtual machine, first page is there. So take a screenshot. If done, click next. So now obviously it's asking where is that machine. So but be careful here, guys. So click the browse button and go to that folder, but on what level we select it. So go to the C drive and there's that ExportVM written here. Double click and where it says your first name VM01. So stay there and select, because there are some other subfolders inside as well. We don't want to go inside. It's gonna just import process will pick up everything from there. So just click here, select folder. It should look like this now, right? So on that level we select it, and once we have selected it, then oh, I was not going to say that, but since you mentioned it, take a screenshot. So so take a screenshot and click next. Okay, so yeah, it's the machine that it detects there, which is good. So nothing here, right? If you take a screenshot, yeah, then click next. I'm on this screen now. So click next again. Now that's the most important screen here, that it says that you want to use the existing unique ID, register virtual machine in place, or restore the virtual machine, use the existing unique ID, which is from backup, suppose you're restoring, but we are actually copying the virtual machine. That virtual machine already exists in Hypervisor 3, we're copying it in hypervisor 4 as well. So create a unique ID. That's the most important thing here. So take a screenshot for this screen here while showing your server hypervisor 4 and of course your name there. Make sure that your name is in every screenshot and click this copy the virtual machine. Once you've copied the virtual machine here like this, when you've selected this option and taken a screenshot, let's click next. Screenshot taken. So we can store it in any different location, but the location it chooses here, which is this one, is okay. So we leave it as is, click next. So it's asking for where do you want to store the imported virtual hard disk for this virtual machine. So this path is okay, where normally Hyper-V adds all the hard disks or keeps all the hard disks. So this default path is okay, no change here, click next. And now it says that, okay, there where you imported, this virtual machine is connected to this external switch. So where's that exec switch with that name? So in hypervisor 4, we never renamed the external switch. There is a default external switch already there. So we can simply select that default external switch and it should just let us go ahead after selecting default external switch. Take a screenshot here once you selected a default external switch, because the error is showing on the top as well, and then what did you select and went ahead. So take a screenshot here, take a screenshot. If that is done, click next. And well, in that, when we copied it, it was connected to 2 network cards, right? 2 virtual switches. So we don't have second virtual switch here. So the second network card either can stay not connected or it can stay connected to the same switch as well. So it doesn't make sense here that why 2 network cards are connected to the same switch, but since there's a switch, we can just connect it right now. It's a test environment anyway. So otherwise we would have planned that we would have created already second switch here as well, but we didn't. So just connect both network cards to the same switch. Let's click next. No screenshot here. The summary here, every summary we have to take a screenshot. Yay. Okay, so okay, so how many screenshots till now, guys? 22, 38. This means I can go up with my own count unless correct screenshots are told to me.
22, it's 32.
22 or 32? 22. Okay, so if this 22nd screenshot has been taken here, and I'm just staring at everyone, somebody would smile and say, oh no, it's actually 15th. No, just kidding. So click finish. So that's it. Well, if the machine successfully gets created, that's your final screenshot showing clearly that a virtual machine is there in your hypervisor 4. That's your final screenshot. And then add 2 selfies there smiling for the next, we want to make it 25, right? So just make smiling selfie there. Ah. So that's where exactly we are in the other course. But now these guys tomorrow will go way ahead. Then we'll follow them in next week. So here, it's done for me, but as long as the hypervisor 4 is showing with your name and this machine is showing, you're good. If you see that screenshot, if you've taken that screenshot, you're done. So, Ruslan, where are your screenshots, man? So if it is done, that's the final screenshot. We understand that, right? So take that screenshot. If that is taken, I'll just open the folder now and let's go for the new lab now, which is, oh, just kidding, come on. So, hey, that's good, that's the spirit. One student wants to stay here. Oh, 2 students want to stay here. So, okay. Oh, this got recorded as well. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Actually, you can replay that video. Actually, this one, replay again. And so, okay, guys. So turn off your machines and see you next week, if that is done. Oh, you have to upload? Yes, that's exactly where I'm going now.